You sick of me yet? Here's another joke for you. What do you say to a pickle in the morning? Rise and brine, get it? Okay, I know you're mad at me, and that's okay because you'll hear much better jokes at the newest addition to Picklesburgh, the Pickles and Giggles Showcase. It promises to delight you with comedians from the Burgh and beyond and pickle your funny bone in just the right way. Joining us now is the executive director of the National Comedy Center, which is one of the partners with this showcase. This is Journey Gunderson. Journey, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So first of all, we do have to ask, what is it about pickles that made you think, okay, this ties in with a comedy showcase? Let's do it.
Well, as you probably know, living in Pittsburgh, you're just 2.5 hours from the nation's newest national attraction in comedy, the National Comedy Center. We were recently named the best new museum in the country by USA Today. And we are the dedicated United States cultural institution to this art form. We also produce the annual Lucille Comedy Festival, and one of the most popular events is always the stand-up showcase. So we thought, what better to bring to Picklesburgh than some giggles? So we're going to be presenting an event called Pickles and Giggles that features some of the best rising talent in the country. It'll be Thursday, July 14th at the Byam Theater, and feature comics who all have television credits from the late night shows and America's Got Talent. And it's just a good way to partner with the downtown Pittsburgh partnership to bring some laughter into the festival.
Nice. And so will people, are they basically going to have, what's their material looking like? Is it going to be a lot of pickle jokes? I'm sure we could expect some of that. Is it a mix? What can people expect?
I'm sure it'll be a mix of, I was trying to think of my own pickle joke there. It'll be a mix of some of their greatest hits that have gotten them on the late shows and to becoming finalists in America's Got Talent. And I'm sure some regional humor, some Yin's jokes, some pickle humor, because no good comic does a show like that without reading the room. And the cool thing about this show is the ticket to the show, where you're seeing some of the best talent in the country, is $20.
Okay.
Now it pays for itself because as part of that admission ticket, you actually get half off a ticket to the National Comedy Center in Jamestown, New York, where I'm standing right now, best new museum in the country. And you also get $20 dills to spend at the Picklesburgh Festival.
Oh, wow. See, we love a bargain in Pittsburgh. So you know what you're doing because we love a good bargain, a steal. Okay, perfect. And speaking of your center, you said 2.5 hours away. It's like a weekend trip for most people. What can people expect there? How often are you guys doing shows?
Well, we have our Lucille Comedy Festival, which still is selling tickets for artists like Margaret Cho, Jeff Foxworthy, Kevin Nealon, David Spade from Saturday Night Live, Rob Schneider. That's the first weekend in August here in Jamestown. But the museum attraction where I'm standing right now is open daily, except for Wednesdays. And it's an experience that truly is for all ages. We have an uncensored level of the museum called the Blue Room, so there's definitely adult humor represented here. But if you have kids like I do, they can spend all day here and have a blast. It's one of the most interactive museums anywhere in the world right now. Each visitor gets a personalized sense of humor profile that's loaded onto a wristband, and that allows the exhibits and the experience to respond to your sense of humor. Most people leave saying, wow, I didn't expect to laugh for 4 hours straight in a museum, but I just did. And it's also been named to Time's World's Greatest Places list.
Oh, that is so cool. And we were playing some of your video in the corner, and it was sort of like a virtual tour. So they just basically sit down, they figure out, what kind of comedy suits them, and then they just go around, and there's like TVs or something they sit in front of, and they get to listen to comedy.
It's 37,000 square feet of exhibit space, more than 50 exhibits on comedy. And it's everything from being able to explore the craft and the handwritten joke notes of greats like George Carlin, whose archives we maintain here, to prop stars behind me, where you can take objects from the shelf, everything from rubber chicken to chattering teeth, and set them on the table and see video clips going back to the 1930s of these objects used in comedy's history. The Comedy Continuum, which you see right there, is a 70-foot wide interactive touchscreen interface that expands in a never-ending web of connections in comedy. People who have influenced one another, people who have collaborated behind the scenes. There's also a green screen area where you can get into scenes from classic comedy films and television shows. It is one of the most interactive and immersive museum experiences you'll find anywhere, and it's all based on comedy's heritage and history. So you won't leave without laughing and having a great time.
Wow, Journey, we are out of time. I'm coming to see you. I'll be up there. You'll see me. I appreciate you for joining us tonight. Have a good one.
Thank you for having me. I'll see you all in Jamestown.
All right, bye.